Section A, Physics. Question number 1. The ratio of radius of gyration of a solid sphere of mass m and radius r about its own axis to the radius of gyration of the thin hollow sphere of the same mass and radius about its axis is. The answer to the question is option 4, 3:5. Question 2. The work functions of cesium, potassium and sodium are 2.14 electron volt, 2.30 electron volt and 2.75 electron volt respectively. If incident electromagnetic radiation has an incident energy of 2.20 electron volt, which of these photosensitive surfaces may emit photoelectrons? The answer is option 4, cesium only. Question 3. The amount of energy required to form a soap bubble of radius 2 cm from a soap solution where surface tension of soap solution is 0.03 Newton meter to the power minus 1 is nearly. The answer is option 2, 3.01 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 4 joule. Question 4. Resistance of a carbon resistor determined from color codes is 22,000 plus minus 5% ohms. The color of the third band must be. The answer is option 2, orange. Question 5. In a series LCR circuit, the inductance L is 10 millihenry, capacitance C is 1 microfarad and resistance R is 100 ohm. The frequency at which resonance occurs is. The answer is option 3, 1.59 kHz. Question number 6. In a plane electromagnetic wave traveling in free space, the electric field component oscillates sinusoidally at a frequency of 2.0 multiplied by 10 to the power 10 Hz and amplitude 48 volume meter to the power minus 1. Then the amplitude of oscillating magnetic field is, where speed of light in free space is 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 8 meter second to the power minus 1. The answer is option 2, 1.6 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 7 period. Question 7. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. Photovoltaic devices can convert optical radiation into electricity. Statement 2. Zener diode is designed to operate under reverse bias in breakdown region. In the light of the above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. The answer is option 4. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Question number 8. The error in the measurement which arise due to unpredictable fluctuations in temperature and voltage supply are. The answer is option 3. Random errors. Question number 9. If closed line integral of E dot ds equal to 0 over a surface, then the answer is option number 4. The number of flux lines entering the surface must be equal to the number of flux lines leaving it. Question number 10. If the galvanometer G does not show any deflection in the circuit shown, the value of R is given by. The answer is option number 2, 100 ohm. Question number 11. An AC source is connected to a capacitor C due to decrease in its operating frequency. The answer is option number 2. Displacement current decreases. Question number 12. The minimum wavelength of X-rays produced by an electron accelerated through a potential difference of V volts is proportional to. The answer is option number 1 by V. Question number 13. The Venturi meter works on. The answer is option number 1, Bernoulli's principle. Question number 14. A full wave rectifier circuit consists of two PN junction diodes, a center trap transformer, capacitor and a load resistance. Which of these components remove the AC ripple from the rectified output? The answer is option number 2, capacitor. Question number 15. A metal wire has mass 0.4 plus minus 0.002 gram, radius 0.3 plus minus 0.001 millimeter, and length 5 plus minus 0.02 centimeter. The maximum possible percentage error in the measurement of density will nearly be. The answer is option number 2, 1.6%. Question number 16. For Young's double slit experiment, two statements are given below. Statement 1. If screen is moved away from the plane of slits, angular separation of fringes remains consistent. Statement 2. If the monochromatic source is replaced by another monochromatic source of larger wavelength, the angular separation of fringes decreases. In the light of above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. Statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. Question number 17. The potential energy of a long spring when stretched by 2 cm is U. If the spring is stretched by 8 cm, potential energy stored in it will be. The answer is option number 3, 16U. Question number 18. Light travels a distance x in time t1 in air and 10x in time t2 in another denser medium. What is the critical angle for this medium? The answer is option number 3, sine to the power minus 1 multiplied by 10 t1 by t2. Question number 19. A 12 volt 60 watt lamp is connected to the secondary of a step down transformer whose primary is connected to AC mains of 220 volt. Assuming the transformer to be ideal, what is the current in the primary winding? The answer is option number 4, 0.27 ampere. Question number 20. A football player is moving southward and suddenly turns eastward with the same speed to avoid an opponent. The force that acts on the player while turning is, the answer is option number 2, along northwest. Question number 21. The magnitude and direction of the current in the following circuit is, the answer is option number 1, 0.5 ampere from A to B through E. Question number 22. The angular acceleration of a body moving along the circumference of a circle is, the answer is option 3, along the axis of rotation. Question number 23. A bullet is fired from a gun at the speed of 280 meter per second in the direction 30 degree above the horizontal. The maximum height attained by the bullet is where g equal to 9.8 meter per second square and sine 30 degree equal to 0.5. The answer is option 2, 1000 meter. Question number 24. The net magnetic flux through any closed surface is, the answer is option number 4, 0. Question number 25. The equivalent capacitance of the system shown in the following circuit is, the answer is option number 4, 2 microfarad. Question number 26. A vehicle travels half the distance with speed v and the remaining distance with speed 2v. Its average speed is, the answer is option number 2, 4v by 3. Question number 27. The half-life of a radioactive substance is 20 minutes. In how much time the activity of substance drops to 1/16th of its initial value? The answer is option number 3, 80 minutes. Question number 28. The temperature of a gas is minus 50 degrees centigrade. To what temperature the gas should be heated so that the RMS speed is increased by 3 times? The answer is option number 1, 3295 degrees centigrade. A Carnot engine has an efficiency of 50 degree when its source is at a temperature 327 degrees centigrade. The temperature of the sink is, the answer is option number 4, 27 degrees centigrade. Question number 30. The magnetic energy stored in an inductor of inductance 4 microhenry carrying a current of 2 ampere is, the answer is option number 3, 8 microjoule. Question number 31. Let a wire be suspended from the ceiling with rigid support and stretched by a weight W attached at its free end. The longitudinal stress at any point of cross-sectional area A of the wire is, the answer is option number 1, W by A. Question number 32. An electric dipole is placed at an angle of 30 degree with an electric field of intensity 2 multiplied by 10 to the power 5 Newton per coulomb. It experiences a torque equal to 4 Newton meter Calculate the magnitude of charge on the dipole if the dipole length is 2 cm. The answer is option number 3, 2 millicoulomb. Question number 33. In hydrogen spectrum, the shortest wavelength in the Balmer series is lambda. The shortest wavelength in the bracket series is. The answer is option number 1, 4 lambda. Question number 34. The ratio of frequencies of fundamental harmonic produced by an open pipe to that of closed pipe having the same length is. The answer is option number 1, 2:1. Question number 35. Two bodies of mass m and 9m are placed at a distance of capital R. The gravitational potential on the line joining the bodies where the gravitational field equals 0, where capital G is gravitational constant, will be. The answer is option number 2, minus 16 capital G m divided by capital R. Question number 36. A bullet from a gun is fired on a rectangular wooden block with velocity u when bullet travels 24 cm through the block along its length horizontally. Velocity of bullet becomes u by 3. Then it further penetrates into the block in the same direction before coming to rest exactly at the other end of the block. The total length of the block is. The answer is option number 4, 27 cm. Question number 37. The radius of innermost orbit of hydrogen atom is 5.3 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 11 meter. What is the radius of third allowed orbit of hydrogen atom? The answer is option number 3, 4.77 angstrom. Question number 38. Calculate the maximum acceleration of a moving car so that a body lying on the floor of the car remains stationary. The coefficient of static friction between the body and the floor is 0.15, where g is equal to 10 meter per second square. The answer is the option number 2, 1.5 meter per second square. Question number 39. 10 resistors, each of resistance capital R, are connected in series to a battery of EMF capital E and negligible internal resistance. Then those are connected in parallel to the same battery. The current is increased n times. The value of n is. The answer is option number 1, 100. Question number 40. A horizontal bridge is built across a river. A student standing on the bridge throws a small ball vertically upwards with a velocity 4 meter per second. The ball strikes the water surface at 4 seconds. The height of the bridge above water surface is. Where taking g equal to 10 meter per second square, the answer is option number 2, 64 meter. Question number 41. The net independence of circuit as shown in figure will be. The answer is option number 2, 5√5 ohm. Question number 42. A satellite is orbiting just above the surface of the earth with period capital T. If d is the density of the earth and capital G is the universal constant of gravitation, the quantity 3 pi by capital GD represents. The answer is option number 1, t square. Question number 43. Two thin lenses are of same focal length f, but one is convex and the other one is concave. When they are placed in contact with each other, the equivalent focal length of the combination will be. The answer is option number 3, infinite. Question number 44. For the following logic circuit, the truth table is. The answer is option number 1. Question number 45. A very long conducting wire is bent in a semicircular shape from A to B as shown in figure. The magnetic field at point P for steady current configuration is given by. The answer is option number 2, mu naught I by 4R multiplied by 1 minus 2 by pi. Pointed away from page. Question number 46. The resistance of platinum wire at 0 degree centigrade is 2 ohm and 6.8 ohm at 80 degree centigrade. The temperature coefficient of resistance of the wire is. The answer is option number 2, 3 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 2 degree per centigrade. Question number 47. An electric dipole is placed as shown in the figure. The electric potential in 10 square volt at point P due to the dipole where epsilon 0 is permittivity of free space and 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is K or Coulomb constant is the answer is option number 4 3 by 8 QK. Question number 48. In the figure shown here, what is the equivalent focal length of the combination of lenses where assume that all layers are thin? The answer is option number 2 minus 100 centimeter. Question number 49. A wire carrying a current I along the positive x-axis has length L. It is kept in a magnetic field B equal to inside first bracket 2I plus 3J minus 4K bracket close multiplied by T. The magnitude of the magnetic force acting on the wire is. The answer is option 2 5IL. Question number 50. The xt graph of a particle performing simple harmonic motion is shown in the figure. The acceleration of the particle at t is equal to 2 seconds. The answer is option number 3 minus pi square by 16 meter per second square. Section A Chemistry. Question number 51. The stability of copper 2 plus is more than copper 2 plus salts in aqueous solution due to. The answer is option number 2 hydration energy. Question number 52. Which one is an example of heterogeneous catalysis? The answer is option 3 combination between dinitrogen and dihydrogen to form ammonia in the presence of finely divided iron. Question number 53. Which amongst the following options are correct graphical representation of Boyle's law? The answer is option number 1. Question number 54. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A reaction can have zero activation energy. Reason R, the maximum extra amount of energy absorbed by reactant molecules so that their energy becomes equal to threshold value is called activation energy. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1. Both A and R are true and R is not the correct explanation of A. Question number 55. In Lassagne extract of an organic compound, both nitrogen and sulfur are present, which gives blood red color with Fe3 plus due to formation of. The answer is option 3 iron 3 thiocyanate. Question 56. Consider the following reaction and identify the product P. The answer is option number 4. Question number 57. For a certain reaction, the rate equal to Ka square B when the initial concentration of A is tripled, keeping concentration of B constant, the initial rate would. The answer is option number 2, increase by a factor of 9. Question number 58. Match list 1 with list 2. Under list 1, option A coke is to be matched with the third option under list 2, that is used as a reducing agent. Option number B diamond is to be matched with the first option, that is carbon atoms are sp3 hydrazed. Option C fluorine is to be matched with the fourth option, that is cage-like molecules. And option D graphite is to be matched with the second option, that is used as a dry lubricant. So the final answer is option number 2. A is matched with 3, B is matched with 1, C is matched with 4 and D is matched with 2. Question number 59. Which one of the following statements is correct? The answer is option number 4. The daily requirement of manganese and calcium in the human body is estimated to be 0.2 to 0.3 grams. Question number 60. A compound is formed by two elements A and B. The element B forms cubic close packed structure and atoms of A occupy 1/3 of tetrahedral words. If the formula of the compound is AXBY, then the value of X plus Y is in option. The answer is option number 4, that is 5. Question number 61. Homoleptic complex from the following complexes is. The answer is option number 4, potassium trioxalato aluminate 3. Question number 62. The correct order of energies of molecular orbits of N2 molecule is. The answer is option number 4. Question number 63. Taking stability as a factor, which one of the following represents correct relationship? The answer is option number 3. Thallium iodide is greater than thallium triiodide. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A, the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A. Helium is used to dilute oxygen is diving apparatus. Reason R. Helium has high solubility in O2. The answer is option number 1. Both A and R are true and R is not the correct explanation of A. Question number 65. Select the correct statements from the following. The answer is option number 3. B, C and E only. Question number 66. Which of the following statements are not correct? The answer is option number 2. D, E only. Question number 67. The given compound is an example of. The answer is option number 2. Allylic halide. Question number 68. Identify product A in the following reaction. The answer is option 4. Question number 69. The conductivity of centimolar solution of potassium chloride at 25 degrees centigrade is 0.210 per ohm per centimeter and the resistance of the cell containing the solution at 25 degrees centigrade is 60 ohm. The value of the cell constant is. The answer is option number 2. 1.26 per centimeter. Question number 70. Amongst the given options, which of the following molecules or ion acts as a Lewis acid? The answer is option number 2, boron trichloride. Question number 71. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. A unit found by the attachment of a base to 1 dash position of sugar is known as nucleoside. Statement 2. When nucleoside is linked to phosphorus acid at 5 dash position of sugar moiety, we get nucleotide. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. Statement 1 is true, but statement 2 is false. Question number 72. The relation between Nm, where Nm is the number of permissible values of magnetic quantum number m for a given value of azimuthal quantum number L is. The answer is option number 4. L equal to Nm minus 1 by 2. Question number 73. Amongst the following, the total number of species not having 8 electrons around central atom in its outermost shell is Na3, AlCl3, BeCl3, CCl4, PCl5. The answer is option number 4. 3. Question number 74. Intermolecular forces are forces of attraction and repulsion between interacting particles that will include option A. Dipole-dipole forces, option B. Dipole-induced dipole forces, option C. Hydrogen bonding, option D. Covalent bonding, option E. Dispersion forces. Choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. A, B, C, E are correct. Question number 75. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A. Metallic sodium dissolves in liquid ammonia giving a deep blue solution which is paramagnetic. Reason R. The deep blue solution is due to the formation of amide. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. A is true but R is false. Question number 76. The element expected to form largest ion to achieve the nearest noble gas configuration is? The answer is option number 2, nitrogen. Question number 77. Some tranquilizers are listed below. Which one from the following belongs to barbiturates? The answer is option number 3, veronal. Question number 78. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A: in equation delta G equal to minus NFE cell, value of delta G depends on N. Reason R: E cell is an intensive property and delta G is an extensive property. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option 1. Both A and R are true and R is not the correct explanation of A. Question number 79. Which amongst the following molecules on polymerization produces neoprene? The answer is option number 1. Question number 80. Complete the following reaction where C is, the answer is option number 3. Question number 81. Weight of 2 moles of organic compound which is obtained by heating sodium ethanoate with sodium hydroxide in presence of calcium oxide is, the answer is option number 1, 32. Question number 82. Which of the following reactions will not give primary amine as the product? The answer is option number 2. Question number 83. The right option for the mass of carbon dioxide produced by heating 20 gram of 20% pure limestone where atomic mass of calcium is 40 and calcium carbonate when heated at 1200 Kelvin gives calcium oxide and carbon dioxide is, the right answer is option number 1, 1.76 gram. Question number 84. Identify the product in the following reaction. The answer is option number 1. Question number 85. The number of sigma bonds, pi bonds and lone pair of electrons in pyridine respectively are. The answer is option number 2, 11, 3, 1. Question number 86. Which amongst the following options is the correct relation between change in enthalpy and change in internal energy? The answer is option number 1, delta H equal to delta U plus delta NGRT. Question number 87. Consider the following reaction. Identify product A and B. The answer is option number 2. Question number 88. Which of the following statements are incorrect? Option A. All the transition metals except scandium from molybdenum oxides which are ionic. Option B. The highest oxidation number corresponding to the group number in the transition metal oxides is attained in scandium 3 oxide to manganese heptoxide. Option C. Basic character increases from vanadium oxide to vanadium 4 oxide to vanadium 5 oxide. Option D. Vanadium 4 oxide dissolves in acids to give vanadate 3- salts. Option E. Chromium 2 oxide is basic but chromium oxide is amphoteric. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2, C and D only. Question number 89. Which amongst the following be most readily dehydrated under acidic conditions? The answer is option number 3. Question number 90. The reaction that does not take place in a blast furnace between 900 K to 1500 K temperature range during extraction of iron is. The answer is option number 4. Iron 3 oxide plus carbon monoxide that gives ferrous oxide plus carbon dioxide. Question number 91. Identify the major product obtained in the following reaction. The answer is option number 2. Question number 92. What fraction of one edge-centered octahedral void lies in 1 unit of face-centered cube? The answer is option 2, 1/4. Question number 93. The equilibrium concentration of the species in the reaction A plus B giving C plus D which is reversible reaction are 2, 3, 10 and 6 mole per liter, respectively at 300 Kelvin. Delta G degree for the reaction is R equal to 2 calorie per mole K. The answer is option number 2 minus 1381.80 calorie. Question number 94. Consider the following compounds or species. The answer of compounds or species which obey Huckel's rule is, the answer is option number 4, that is 4. Question number 95. Which of the complex compound is most stable? The answer is option 2, dichlorobase ethylenediamine cobalt-3 nitrate. Question number 96. On balancing the given redox reaction, the coefficients A, B and C are found to be respectively. The answer is option 4, 1, 3, 8. Question number 97. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. The nutrient deficient water bodies lead to eutrophication. Statement 2. Eutrophication leads to decrease in the level of oxygen in the water bodies. In the light of above statements, choose a correct answer from the options given below. The answer to the question is option number 3. Statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is true. Question number 98. Identify the final product D obtained in the following sequence of reactions. The answer is option number 4. Question number 99. Pumice stone is an example of. The answer is option 2, solid sol. Question number 100. Match list 1 with list 2. In list 1, oxides of sulfur are given and in list 2, bonds are written. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The right answer is option number 1. A is matched to 3, B is matched with 4, C is matched with 1 and D is matched with 2. Section A, Botany. Question 101. Which hormone promotes internode or petiole elongation in deep water rice? And the answer is option 2, ethylene. Question number 102. Movement and accumulation of ions across a membrane against their concentration gradient can be explained by. The answer is option number 3, active transport. Question number 103. Large, colorful, fragrant flowers with nectar are seen in. The answer is option number 4, insect pollinated plants. Question number 104. In tissue culture experiments, leaf mesophyll cells are put in a culture medium to form callus. This phenomena may be called as. The answer is option number 1, dedifferentiation. Question number 105. The historic convention on biological diversity, the Earth Summit, was held in Rio de Janeiro in the year. The answer is option 1, 1992. Question number 106. During the purification process for recombinant DNA technology, addition of chilled ethanol precipitates out. The answer is option number 1, DNA. Question number 107. How many ATP and NADPH2 are required for the synthesis of one molecule of glucose during Calvin cycle? The answer is option 1, 18 ATP and 12 NADPH2. Question number 108. In the equation GPP minus R equal to NPP, where GPP is gross primary productivity, NPP is net primary productivity, R here is. The answer is option number 2, respiratory loss. Question number 109. In gene gun method used to introduce alien DNA into host cells, microparticles of dash metal are used. The answer is option number 2, tungsten or gold. Question number 110. The phenomena of pleiotropism refers to. The answer is option number 2, a single gene affecting multiple phenotypic expression. Question number 111. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A. Late wood has fewer xylary elements with narrow vessels. Reason R. cambium is less active in winters. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. Both A and R are true and R is correct explanation of A. Question number 112. Among eukaryotes, replication of DNA takes place in answer 1. Synthesis phase. Question number 113. Family Fabaceae differs from Solanaceae and Liliaceae with respect to the stamens. Pick out the characteristics specific to family Fabaceae but not found in Solanaceae and Liliaceae. The answer is option 4, Diadelphus and Diothecus anthus. Number 114. Axial presentation is observed in. The answer is option 3, China rose, Petunia and lemon. Question number 115. Identify the pair of heterosporous petridophytes among the following. The answer is option number 1, Selegnelia and Sylvinia. Number 116. The thickness of ozone in a column of air in the atmosphere is measured in terms of. The answer is option number 4, Dobson units. Question number 117. What is the function of tassels in the corn cob? The answer is option number 1, to trap pollen grains. Question number 118. Given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion A and the other labeled as reason R. Assertion A, the first stage of gametophyte in the life cycle of moss is protonema stage. Reason R, protonema develops directly from spores produced in capsule. In the light of the above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the option given below. The answer is option number 4. Both A and R are correct and R is correct explanation of A. Question number 119. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. The forces generated transpiration can lift a xylem-sized column of water over 130 meters height. Statement 2. Transpiration cools leaf surfaces, sometimes 10 to 15 degree evaporative cooling. In the light of the above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the option given below. The answer is option number 4. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Question number 120. Spraying of which of the following phytohormone on juvenile conifers help hastening the maturity period that leads early seed production? The answer is option number 1, gibberellic acid. Question number 121. Frequency of recombination between gene pairs on same chromosome as a measure of the distance between genes to map their position on chromosome was used for the first time by. The answer is option number 2, Alfred Stratavant. Question number 122. Express sequence tags or ESTs referred to. The answer is option number 4, all genes that are expressed as RNA. Question number 123. Upon exposure to UV radiation, DNA stained with ethidium bromide will show. The answer is option number 3, bright orange color. Question number 124. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A, ATP is used at two steps in glycolysis. Reason R, first ATP is used in converting glucose into glucose 6-phosphate and second ATP is used in conversion of fructose 6-phosphate into fructose 1,6-diphosphate. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. Both A and R are true and R is correct explanation of A. Question number 125. Equivocal proof that DNA is a genetic material was first proposed by. The answer is option number 1, Alfred Heresy and Martha Chase. Question number 126. Identify the correct statements. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4, A, B and C only. Question number 127. The reaction center PS2 has an absorption maxima at. The answer is option number 4, 680 nanometer. Question number 128. In angiosperm, the haploid, diploid and triploid structures of fertilized embryo sac sequentially are? The answer is option number 2, synergids, zygote and primary endosperm nucleus. Question number 129. Which micronutrient is required for splitting of water molecule during photosynthesis? The answer is option number 4, manganese. Question number 130. Which of the following stages of meiosis involves division of centromere? The answer is option number 2, NFS2. Question number 131. Cellulose does not form blue color with iodine because? The answer is option number 2. It does not contain complex helix and hence cannot hold iodine molecules. Question number 132. Among the evil quadruped, which one is considered the most important cause driving extinction of species? The answer is option number 4, habitat loss and fragmentation. Question number 133. What is the role of RNA polymerase III in the process of transcription of eukaryotes? The answer is option number 1, transcription of tRNA, 5srRNA and snRNA. Question number 134. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. Endark and exarch are the terms often used for describing the position of secondary xylem in the plant body. Statement 2. Exarch condition is the most common feature of root system. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 3. Statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 3 is true. Question number 135. The process of appearance of recombination nodules occurs at which substage of prophase 1 in meiosis? The answer is option number 1, Pachytene. Section B, Botany. Question number 136. Given below are two statements, one labeled as assertion A and the other labeled as reason R. Assertion A. In the gymnosperms, the pollen grains are released from microsporangium and carried by air currents. Reason R. Air currents carry the pollen grains to the mouth of the acrogonia where the male gametes are discharged and pollen tube is not formed. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. A is true but R is false. Question number 137. Which one of the following statements is not correct? The correct answer is option number 1. Algal blooms caused by excess of organic matter in water improve water quality and promote fisheries. Question number 138. Which of the following combinations is required for chemiosmosis? The answer is option number 4. Membrane, proton pump, proton gradient, ATP synthase. Question number 139. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. A is matched with 4, B is matched with 1, C is matched with 2 and D is matched with 3. Question number 140. Match list 1 with list 2, where list 1 is interaction and list 2 are species A and B. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1. A is matched with 4, B is matched with 1, C is matched with 2 and D is matched with 3. Question number 141. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. Gauss's competitive exclusion principle states that two closely related species competing for the same resources cannot coexist indefinitely and competitively inferior one will be eliminated eventually. Statement 2. In general, carnivores are more adversely affected by competition than herbivores. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. Statement 1 is correct. Statement 2 is false. Question number 142. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. A is matched with 3, B is matched with 1, C is matched with 4 and D is matched with 2. Question number 143. Which of the following statements are correct about Klinefelter syndrome? Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2, B and E only. Question number 144. Identify the correct statements. Choose the following correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1, A and D only. Question number 145. How many different proteins does the ribosome consist of? The answer is option number 4, 80. Question number 146. Melonate inhibits the growth of pathogenic bacteria by inhibiting the activity of. The answer is option number 4, succinic dehydrogenase. Question number 147. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. A is matched with 2, B is matched with 4, C is matched with 1 and D is matched with 3. Question number 148. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 3. A is matched with 2, B is matched with 4, C is matched with 3 and D is matched with 1. Question number 149. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A. A flower is defined as modified shoot wherein the shoot apical meristem changes to floral meristem. Reason R. Internode of shoot gets condensed to produce different floral appendages literally at the successive node instead of leaves. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. Both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. Question number 150. Main steps in formation of recombinant DNA are given below. Arrange these steps in a correct sequence. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. B, C, D, A. Zoology, Section A. Question number 151. Which of the following statements are correct regarding female reproductive cycle? Choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 3, A, C and D only. Question number 152. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A. Amniosynthesis for sex determination is one of the strategies of reproductive and child health care program. Reason R. Ban on amniosynthesis checks increasing menace of female feticide. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 3. A is false but R is true. Question number 153. Match list 1 with list 2 where list 1 is interacting species and list 2 is name of the interaction. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. A is matched with 1, B is matched with 2, C is matched with 3 and D is matched with 4. Question number 154. Vital capacity of lung is. The answer is option number 3, IRV plus ERV plus TV. Question number 155. Which of the following common sexually transmitted diseases is completely curable when detected early and treated properly? The answer is option number 1, gonorrhea. Question number 156. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. A is matched with 4, B is matched with 3, C is matched with 2 and D is matched with 1. Question number 157. Match list with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. A is matched with 2, B is matched with 3, C is matched with 4 and D is matched with 1. Question number 158. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. A is matched with 3, B is matched with 1, C is matched with 4 and D is matched with 2. Question number 159. In which blood corpuscles the HIV undergoes replication and produces progeny viruses? The answer is option number 4, Th cells. Question number 160. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. Low temperature preserves the enzyme in a temporarily inactive state, whereas high temperature destroys enzymatic activity because proteins are denatured by heat. Statement 2. When the inhibitor closely resembles the substrate in its molecular structure and inhibits the activity of the enzyme, it is known as competitive inhibitor. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. Question number 161. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. Ligaments are dense irregular tissues. Statement 2. Cartilage is dense regular tissue. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are false. Question number 162. Which of the following are not considered as part of the endomembrane system? Choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1, A, C and E only. Question number 163. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. A protein is imagined as a line, the left end represented by the first amino acid C terminal and the right end represented by last amino acid N terminal. Statement 2. Adult human hemoglobin consists of 4 subunits, 2 subunits of alpha type and 2 subunits of beta type. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 3. Statement 1 is false but statement 2 is true. Question number 164. Broad palm with single palm crease is visible in a person suffering from. The answer is option number 4, Down syndrome. Question number 165. Which of the following statements is correct? The answer is option number 1. Biomagnification refers to increase in concentration of toxicant at successive tropic levels. Question number 166. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The correct answer is option number 2. A matches with 3, B matches with 2, C matches with 4 and D matches with 1. Question number 167. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. Electrostatic precipitator is most widely used in thermal power plant. Statement 2. Electrostatic precipitator in thermal power plant removes ionizing radiations. In the light of the above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. Statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is incorrect. Question number 168. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. Vas deferens receives a duct from seminal vesicle and opens into urethra as ejaculatory duct. Statement 2. The cavity of cervix is called cervical canal, which along with vagina forms birth canal. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. Question number 169. Radial symmetry is not found in adults of phylum. Answer is option number 1, Hemichordata. Question number 170. Match list 1 with list 2, where list 1 is name of the cells and list 2 is the secretion. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. A is matched with 3, B is matched with 1, C is matched with 4 and D is matched with 2. Question number 171. Match list 1 with list 2 with respect in human eye. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. A is matched with 3, B is matched with 1, C is matched with 4 and D is matched with 2. Question number 172. Which of the following functions is carried out by cytoskeleton in a cell? The answer is option number 2, motility. Question number 173. Once undigested and unabsorbed substances enter the cecum, their backflow is prevented by. The answer is option number 1, ileocecal valve. Question number 174. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1. A is matched with 3, B is matched with 4, C is matched with 2 and D is matched with 1. Question number 175. Match list 1 with list 2, where list 1 is type of joint and list 2 is found between. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1. A is matched with 2, B is matched with 4, C is matched with 1 and D is matched with 3. Question number 176. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. RNA mutates at a faster rate. Statement 2. Viruses having RNA genome and shorter lifespan mutate and evolve faster. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. Question number 177. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. In prokaryotes, the positively charged DNA is held with some negatively charged proteins in a region called nucleoid. Statement 2. In eukaryotes, the negatively charged DNA is wrapped around the positively charged histone octamer to form nucleosome. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 3. Statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is true. Question number 178. Which one of the following symbols represents mating between relatives in human pedigree analysis? The answer is option number 1. Question number 179. Select the correct group or set of Australian marsupials exhibiting adaptive radiation. The answer is option number 1. Numbat, spotted cuscus, flying flanger. Question number 180. Which of the following is not a cloning vector? Answer is option number 3, probe. Question number 181. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. A is matched with 2, B is matched with 1, C is matched with 4 and D is matched with 3. Question number 182. Which one of the following techniques does not serve the purpose of early diagnosis of a disease for its early treatment? The answer is option number 1, serum and urine analysis. Question number 183. Given below are two statements. One labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A. Endometrium is necessary for implantation of blastocyst. Reason R. In the absence of fertilization, the corpus luteum degenerates that causes disintegration of endometrium. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1. Both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Question number 184. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The correct answer is option number 1. A is matched with 2, B is matched with 3, C is matched with 4 and D is matched with 1. Question number 185. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A while the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A. Nephrons are of two types, cortical and juxtamedullary, based on their relative position in cortex and medulla. Reason R. Juxtamedullary nephrons have short loop of Henle, whereas cortical nephrons have longer loop of Henle. In the light of the above statements, choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. A is true but R is false. Zoology, section B. Question number 186. Which of the following is characteristic feature of cockroach regarding sexual dimorphism? The answer is option number 1, presence of anal styles. Question number 187. Select the correct statements. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The correct answer is option number 1, B and D only. Question number 188. Which of the following statements are correct? Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1, B, C and D only. Question number 189 given below are two statements. Statement 1. During G0 phase of cell cycle, the cell is metabolically inactive. Statement 2. The centrosome undergoes duplication during synthesis phase of interphase. In the light of the above statements, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 3. Statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is correct. Question number 190. Which of the following is not an advantage of inbreeding? The answer is option number 3. It decreases the productivity of inbred population after continuous inbreeding. Question number 191. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 4. A is matched with 2, B is matched with 1, C is matched with 3 and D is matched with 4. Question number 192. Which of the following are not under the control of thyroid hormone? Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2, C and D only. Question number 193. The unique mammalian characteristics are. The answer is option number 1, hair, pinna, mammary glands. Question number 194. Which of the following statements are incorrect regarding skeletal muscle? Choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1, B and C only. Question number 195. Which of the following statements are correct? Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2, B and C only. Question number 196. Which one of the following is a sequence on corresponding coding strand if the sequence on mRNA formed is as follows: 5 direction to AUCG, 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 direction to 3. The correct answer is option number 2, 5 direction to ATCGA, TCGA, 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 TCG, direction to 3. Question number 197. The parts of human brain that helps in regulation of sexual behavior, expression of excitement, pleasure, rage, fear, etc. are. The answer is option number 4, limbic system and hypothalamus. Question number 198. Match list 1 with list 2. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 2. A is matched with 2, B is matched with 1, C is matched with 4 and D is matched with 3. Question number 199. In cockroach, excretion is brought about by. The answer is option number 2, B, C and D only. Question number 200. Select the correct statements with reference to coordinates. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. The answer is option number 1, B and C only.